Play. Okay, and if you let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay, and if you can see me okay, that would be awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so today's bootcamp is a little bit different from the last few ones that we've had. And this time we're going to be looking at teaching online with confidence. Okay, so we are looking, thanks very much, Shanine. Okay, we're looking at specifically about building our confidence up and what is teaching online and how to go about it in the next 3 days. Okay, so day one is, can I really teach online? And the goal is for tonight is that by the end of day one, you should think and understand, I understand online teaching better and I could actually do this. Okay, so that's kind of what we want to aim for tonight. We want to aim for at the end of tonight that we really understand what online teaching is and how that you can actually do it. Okay, and from that, we are going to build on that over day 2 and day 3. And as I've said in the emails, try and stay along. And even if you're watching the replays, try and stay till the end, like till day 3. And I have got a really great freebie for you guys that I'm busy designing that gives you all the basic information and stuff about online teaching. So it's a great toolkit to have and to refer to. So if you attend all 3 sessions, then you're going to be getting that free PDF at the end. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so welcome. You're in the right place at this bootcamp if you're thinking about teaching online, you're brand new, or you've been doing it for a while. You've started, but you feel unsure. Okay, and this is a safe place where there's no judgment and you are just here to learn. Okay, and we are here to support you. Okay, so the chat prompt for you guys, because this is an interactive boot camp tonight. Okay, so you guys have to comment and you have to interact with the questions. And at the end, I'm going to open it up for a 10-minute Q&A, so you will be able to ask any questions you want. But as we go through it, you can ask some questions as you go. So let's have a look. Where are you all joining from? I've seen a few Cape Town people there. My name's Kathy, and I'm from Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape, so a really small little town. I can see Cape Town in the house. Great, you can hear me. Cape Town, KZN, Port Shepstone, Randburg, Joburg, Margate, Joburg, Newcastle, Durban, Joburg, Pretoria, KZN, East London. Oh, it looks like you're all from South Africa. Northern Cape, Joburg. Sorry, I'm still letting people in. Port Shepstone, Kempton, is it Kempton Park? Pietermaritzburg, Eastern Cape, East London, I guess that is. KZN. Oh, there's so many people coming in still. Zentley from the East Rand, Joburg, from Harry Smith. Okay, so you guys are all over from South Africa here, right? I haven't seen anybody that's out of South Africa yet. If you are from out of South Africa, let me know. Okay, sorry, let me go back. So I'm using Canva to do this straight out of Canva, and I just want to quickly clear my screen. I think someone's done some pretty drawings here. Okay. Purity, I know you, Purity. You're in my membership. Okay. East Rand, Joburg. Great, guys. Welcome tonight. And I hope this is going to be really informative for all of you and that you're going to walk away here knowing more than when you came. And as I've said, over day 2 and day 3, we're going to be building on what we have learned today. Okay, so sorry, let me just get my technical stuff to work here. Okay, so the real question, can you all see the slides? That's what I want to actually just check. It says that I am sharing my screen. If you can see my slides, then that's great. Let me just know in the comments. Just want to make sure before I go ahead. Okay, great. Thanks, Tiffany. Okay. So the real question isn't, am I good enough? The real question is, do I understand what online teaching actually involves? So if you understand what online teaching involves, just say, yes, I do. And if you don't, say, no, I don't. Okay. So that's what we want to see. We want to see, that's the real question we're trying to answer. Okay. We want to see, am I, like often we think, am I good enough to do this thing? But it's not really that. It's all about, do I understand what online teaching is actually, what it actually involves? Like, what is all of it about? Okay, let's have a look. I can see there's a mixture of yes, I do's and no, I don't. Okay, so let's look at reasons why you are maybe here. Okay, and if you've been to one of my workshops before, like I always started like this, but maybe you can pop in the comments if you've been here before or if you are new here. Let me just know where everybody is coming from as we go. Okay, so reason number one is maybe you're an online teacher who maybe with all the shifts of things, this is like a knock-on effect that's been coming for a few years now when China changed their policies and a lot of people had most of their students from China, and maybe you lost your job over these few years. Okay, Wayne, I know you from the emails. I'm glad you actually found the emails. Okay, um, so maybe you lost your job during that time or had been part of the knock-on effect, which is that your wages suddenly went down with online teaching. Like people don't get paid as much as what they did a few years ago. Like during COVID, the payment people were getting was really a lot higher for online teachers. But suddenly now in the last few years, it's been going down and down and down. Um, so maybe that's why you're there. Maybe you want to have a look and see like what can I do to improve the amount of money that I'm busy earning, or how can I reduce the amount of hours that I'm having to work? Okay, so that's option number one of reason that you might be here. Reason number two is you're an in classroom or traditional teacher who's tired of teaching back to back lessons in a classroom, and how stressful is it to teach in a classroom nowadays in a traditional school? Okay, and you want to get into the online world and you want to start creating your own freedom-filled online teaching business, because that's the ultimate ticket, is to create a teaching business at the end so that you have more time and more money freezing. Okay, that's number two. And reason number three is you're an educator at heart and you want to get started as an online teacher, but you just don't know how to go about it. You've never been a teacher before, you've never done this before, but you just really want to get into teaching online. And that's why you are here. So let me know in the comments, which one are you? Are you number one? You're tired of the low pay and the high stressful environments of working for an online teaching company, maybe that doesn't value your services, and you don't have much option. Number two is you're a traditional teacher who wants to take their skills online by starting as an online teacher, or you're an educator at heart and you want to find out how to go about getting started as an ESL teacher. Which one do you fall into? When I started, I was number two because I was a traditional classroom teacher for 25 years. Okay, I'm seeing lots of threes coming out over here. A couple of number ones, and a few number twos. Okay, but number three is coming out quite strong here. So a lot of you haven't ever taught before, but you really want to get started as a teacher. That's really awesome. Okay, there's lots of you that are in that bracket. Sorry, just letting the next few people in here. Okay. Okay, so a lot of you fall into that. Whatever your motivation is and whatever your reason is, I am here for you. I've got your back, and I really want to help you to get started and to move forward in this business, because it really is. It's an awesome business to have and to do. And it can eventually become a great teaching business where you have so much more time freedom and so much more money freedom because you are running it like a business. But obviously you have to get upskilled to do that. Okay, so you have a choice as a teacher. You really do. You can be pathway number one. You choose not to start as an online teacher. Okay, so you continue working for a school, or you continue working for a company, like a traditional company, where you just feel like you're stuck. Okay, like nothing ever changes from year to year. You stay in your current situation of being overworked and underpaid, working for someone else. You don't grow, you don't adapt, you don't evolve with the times, you don't upskill yourself to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional teaching. You stay an employee who works hard just to fill someone else's pocket, right? You continue to lack freedom, and you have only 2 weeks vacation off a year, and you still feel uninspired, demotivated, and really unhappy about your situation. And in a year's time, you look back and you think, wow, I'm in exactly the same position that I was in this time last year, and nothing has changed. Okay, so that's path number one. And path number two is you decide to start teaching online, and you work towards having your own online teaching business. And that's the ultimate ticket. Okay, that's what you want to get to. You decide for yourself what, where, who, and how you teach. You claim back your power as a teacher, and you commit to making life-altering changes in the way you teach, in the way you live. You create your own schedule, you make the rules, you upskill yourself to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional teaching, and you invest in yourself through learning like maybe some business skills and some marketing skills, and you invest in your education with mentors and business coaches and courses like you're on this course tonight, on this 3-day workshop. You love what you teach, you become inspired, and you're motivated by the world of opportunities, and you start to really see yourself as an educator. And in a year's time, you said, wow, I've had the power of this in my hand all the time, and I could have changed the way that my life has been. Okay, you've taken control. Okay, so which path do you want to stay in? Okay, do you want to be that path number one, where you don't start teaching online and you continuously feel overworked, uninspired, unhappy, stressed, and unfulfilled? Or do you want to do path number two and start teaching online, work towards creating a life by your own design, create your dreams life with freedom, time, and money as a teacher? Because I tell you, that is the ultimate goal. Like maybe it takes you a while to get there, but like that's your goal. Okay, that's what you want to work towards. Okay, I see everybody's path number two. I don't see any path number one. So good job, guys. Okay, great. Okay, that's definitely what we want. We want to take control of our lives and of our freedom, of our money freedom. We want to take control of all those things so that you get to live the life that you are wanting to live. So, what would your life be like if you escaped the current restraints that you're in, and you could start a teaching business that allows you more time and more money freedom, that allows you to create a life by your own design so that you are in control of how much you work and earn? And this is what you could work towards as an online teacher. Do any of you have any goals yet? Like, do you have a goal as to why do you want to become an online teacher? What's your goal? Do you want to stay at home? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to spend more time with your family? Like, what's the reason for becoming an online teacher? Like, what is your goal? Do you want more time freedom? Do you want more money freedom? What are your goals? Pop it in the comment. Let's see. Like, what is the reason for becoming an online teacher? Or do you just want to change someone else's life? What are your goals and what are your dreams? Okay, so learning skills and knowledge is always essential to becoming whatever you wanted to do in life. Learning the skills to do that thing is always an important skill to do, right? And so to become a successful online teacher and then moving into becoming a teaching business owner, which is your golden ticket to freedom, an online teaching business will allow you to earn what you're worth and free up your time so that you can spend more time with your loved ones and do the things you're really passionate about. Maybe that's why you wanted to do it. You wanted to go and travel. You want to spend more time going for a walk in the mornings with your dog, or you want to be able to pick up your kids from school, or you want to attend those sporting events. Like maybe there's all these reasons why you want to do it. But the first step working towards that is to get prepared so that you can get hired as an online teacher. Because it's all well and true to dream about all the things that you want to do and want to achieve. but you have to start working towards it. And the first step is to really get yourself upskilled so that you can stand out from the crowd. Okay, I'm seeing family time and flexibility, financial freedom, and be at home looking after my mom. I want to become my own boss, share my knowledge, travel, spend more time with my family. Love that. That's so great. If you are tuning in with the replay, just pop it in the comments as well. On the replay comments, and then I'll go back and I'll read all your comments and I'll comment on them as well. We've got time freedom, money freedom, assisting people. Wow, okay. I became an online teacher because it chose me. And now I want to become better in this field. That's really great. Freedom and uplifting others. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, I have some really great goals coming up over here. I want to be my own boss, share my knowledge, travel and spend more time with my family, family time. Okay, great goals to have. Okay, it's always good to have a goal as to why you want to do something. Okay, so for me, when I first started, I was very unprepared. Didn't have a clue of what to do. And I was a traditional classroom teacher, but going from a traditional classroom teacher to teaching online is completely two different things. And I didn't think it was going to be like that, but it is really like that. So I had to really learn the skills and strategies and like think about like how can I do this thing so that I can start making money and I can actually start being successful. And for me, I wanted the time freedom as well. So that's what I really wanted to work towards. And now I've been through all this drama in the beginning when I first started, and I've managed to, and I've been doing this now for, this is my sixth year. And like I've developed a step-by-step strategy and guide to help new online teachers get ahead and get started so that you can benefit from your business a lot faster and not have all those hiccups in the beginning. So this is me. I'm Kathy. I love traveling and reading and meeting people from different countries. Hence, that's why I love online teaching. I love family life and spending time with my family. Love setting goals and achieving them and helping others to do exactly the same. I am extremely passionate about helping teachers create freedom in their lives and the way that they teach. Okay, so this is me. I first started my first online teacher job in 2019, just before COVID. I quit my full-time ESL job that I'd been doing. Then once I first started with a company, and then I worked on a marketing platform, which allowed me to earn more an hour. Okay, so that's kind of like my average salary just from teaching. And then obviously my other business where I help other teachers, I earn money from that as well. Okay, and that is me. Oh, here's some of my kiddies. This little boy started with me, Sherwin, when he was, and their parents did give permission to put this on. He started with me when he was 3, turning 4, and he's 9 years old now. So, like, he stayed with me all this time, which is really great. And that's what you kind of want, is you want to get students that like you so much that they never leave you. Okay, like Catherine here too. She was small when she started, and she's like a teenager now. It's like crazy. Okay. So for where it started with me was I was a traditional teacher, and I was really sick of being in the classroom, smiling all day, feeling unfulfilled, tired of that whole school atmosphere, feeling drained and burnt out. And I just really felt like a hamster, like going round and round and spinning my wheels and not getting anywhere. And that's what made me decide, okay, this, I want to change. I want to do something else. And because I did have like teaching knowledge, I thought, okay, well, this is the perfect thing that I can do. I can create my own schedule and I can work around my lifestyle that I want to do. And like now I've like built myself up where I like earn a good income per hour because I've done a lot of hours. I've taught over probably 15,000 lessons now. So I've got a lot of experience behind my back. And I've built up a lot, and I've got like very stable clients students, because I've had them for a really long time. And I would say a lot of my students come from referrals as well. Like if I'm looking for new students, I don't actually advertise in that hardly anymore because I just get everything by word of mouth now because it's just snowballed now. Okay, so let me know in the comments, like, would it change your life if you could start earning an income from the comfort of your home? or from anywhere in the world, picking up your laptop, packing it in your backpack, taking your backdrop with you, and going off and being able to teach from wherever you go. Drop a hell yes in the comments if this is what you think. You are ready and excited to achieve this for yourself. Are you? Okay, I got hell yes, most definitely yes, hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, 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 yes. Okay, good job, guys. Okay, like let's get you there. Okay, yes, 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 hell yes, good. Okay, okay, an online teaching business is definitely your ticket to freedom, like because you can escape the teaching trap that you currently maybe feel stuck in, or you can create your life by your own design exactly like you want it. You can earn way more than you ever could while working maybe for someone else because you can really build yourself up to that. You will experience true freedom. Like this last week, not this week, last week, I shared with my members in my membership, like my granddaughter needed to go into hospital on Friday and she had to stay over and she was only coming out on Saturday. So I have another grandchild that's only 2 years old. So she needed someone that was able to look after her. And so I just changed my schedule. Like I moved everything around, took off the whole of Friday, whole of Saturday, moved those lessons into other places or canceled some of them. And it was great because I had the time freedom to be able to do that, to be able to help out with my family. And like things happen at home and in your family life and that, and you don't want to have to feel like you have to always run to a boss to ask permission to have time off if you really need it. You want to be able to do the things that you need to be able to do if you do have a family. Okay, and that's like one of the reasons why I chose becoming an online teacher was to be able to create that freedom. Okay, but like with all things that we do, like sometimes we're stuck with that limiting belief, right? Like you think, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then like all these things come and you have these doubts and then you just don't get started. And then like we said in the beginning, then a year later you look back and you're exactly in the same place as what you were the year before. Like a lot of us would say, I don't have the skills or I don't have the knowledge to start teaching online. Like I don't know where to start. I don't know where do I go to learn about building an online teaching business, or I'm not cut out for being an online teacher. So maybe you have these thoughts that are going through your head, or I'm not good enough, or like these are like often what we all think, isn't it? Okay, and or maybe you have limiting belief number two, which is like, I need to have qualifications, I need to have all these degrees, I need all these things to start my own teaching business. And it like puts a hold on what you're wanting to do because you just can never get started because you think, okay, well, I don't have enough qualifications. I need to first do this, and then I need to go and do that, and I need to study this, and then maybe I'll be prepared. Okay, like I can't run a business if I don't have a degree in business studies. Like we often like this, like really stops us from achieving what we wanting to achieve. Okay, or I need to work for a lower rate first so that I can build up my expertise. But if I work for that lower rate, then like how am I going to pay my bills? Or like what if I don't make it? What's my friends and my family is going to think of me? Like we often have all these thoughts. Or you think, number three, that this is not the time to start a teaching business. I'm going to start it next year because this year I don't have time right now. My family is busy. I need my stable income. Like this just isn't the right time for me. Or having an online business is like really risky. Or I don't have all the money to start an online business. Like because you don't know and understand like what you actually need. Like then often you like all these things happen and we think about all these things and it stops us from it makes us procrastinate, right? And it stops us from moving forward in the direction that we want to. So let me know in the comments, because remember, this is an interactive session tonight. Like literally every slide is an interaction. Okay, so make sure that you are interacting here. Okay, let me know in the comments if you have experienced any of these limiting beliefs, because I certainly did when I first got started, or self-doubts. Why while thinking about starting this online business. Like for me, I think when I first started, I thought like, what will my friends think of me? Like I'm gonna like change what I'm busy doing, and I'm gonna go and do this. What if it doesn't work out? Like everyone's gonna laugh at me and say, "Oh, you just like we're a failure," or like often we have all these doubts, right? um, so like which ones do you think? What did you have? One, two, three, all of them? Like what limiting beliefs did you have? Or what limiting beliefs do you have now? Okay. Because it's a real thing. It's a risk to take, especially when one is less exposed to such industry. Exactly. Okay, doubting yourself, one and two, imposter syndrome kicks in. It does. And imposter syndrome like stops you from like ever achieving anything because you just go round and round in the same circle. One, two and three, all of them. Okay. Like these are all thoughts that we always have, like lots of people. And it's just human nature that you have these kind of thoughts. Okay, but if you're serious about becoming a successful online teacher, then you have to have the willingness to learn the skills and the knowledge to implement it in your own journey. And you need to have like grit almost, okay, and a deep desire to make this work because it can be really challenging in the beginning. Like the first day that I started teaching online, like nothing went as I thought it was. I thought, oh, this is going to be so wonderful. Passed my first interview I ever went to, did my demo lesson, passed that, got a job. Like I was so excited. And then the training told me about their own platform that you teach on. And they didn't tell me that they also teach on ClassIn. So it was a mixture between the two. So I didn't have ClassIn downloaded onto my computer. And so my first lesson was this, the online company's actual platform. The second one was that. And then suddenly there was this pop-up lesson that wasn't there before. And it was on ClassIn. And I didn't have ClassIn downloaded. I didn't know how to use ClassIn. I'd never even seen it before. And I had to miss that lesson on my first day. I was fined. Like, can you believe it? And like, I went away afterwards thinking I'd rather eat a cactus or something than do this ever again. Like, I really thought I'm going to just give up because this is like not for me. And I'm so glad I pushed through, and because I had dreams that I wanted to do. Okay. And so that's why I put this here. Like, dream big, work hard, make it happen. Okay. Like, that's like so important. Like, if you have a dream, what are you going to do to make it happen? How are you going to work towards making that dream possible? Okay. So what online teaching really looks like? Okay, so let's have a look at this. Online teaching is teaching real humans through a screen with imperfect technology. Okay, it's never perfect. Okay, in real life conditions. Let me just tell you this real life conditions. Yesterday, I had a lesson with one of my students, and I couldn't hear a word that she said because grandpa and grandma were somewhere behind her or next to her or like in the same room, and they were screaming and shouting at each other. And this poor child was trying to have a lesson, and all of this stuff was going on behind her. Okay, real life situations. Okay, and you got to just carry on teaching. Okay, you got to just like take it in your stride and move on. But online teaching is not polished Instagram teaching, okay, or perfect lessons every time that you do it. And it's not constant confidence. Even if you've been teaching for 6 years, it's not, you don't feel confident all the time because sometimes you think, I've got this waxed. I really know what I'm doing. And the next minute, whew, something happens and knocks you back down, okay? So you don't always have that constant confidence. Okay. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And tomorrow we're going to go into some other things. Okay. So before today, what did you think online teaching looked like? Okay. Let me know in the comments. Okay. We're going to look at some of those things a bit later. I'm not going to go into all of those things right now. But before today, what did you think online teaching looked like? Think about it. What did you think when you first, okay, if you've been teaching online already, think back before you started teaching online. What did you think online teaching was? Pop it in the comments. Like, how do you think online teaching is going to be? Ah, I had my TEFL certificate for 1 year and 3 months. I procrastinated so much. Okay. Sometimes it does take a time when you're on new, but I think when you do like your first demo lesson and your first trial lesson and stuff, if you do well with it, then you soon start building up a student base. But I would say it definitely takes like about 3 months to really get like a group of students like on a if you're working for an online school. So many people online make it seem as if it's easy. They don't tell us the whole truth. They gatekeep. So when I started, I was overwhelmed by the experience because it takes a whole lot of consistency and effort, and it didn't work out for me. Okay. Like for me, I could have given up on that first day too because I thought it was going to be so easy, and it wasn't easy. Like it took me a while to get the confidence to actually do it. It looks like fun and helping others with our language. Okay, good. Scary, definitely. Okay. And that's why it's important to like practice before the time and really see yourself on camera. Long hours and graveyard shift. Okay, did it before, Wayne. Have been a part of some online teaching, but not in this field. But in the beginning, it was crazy. I thought technology was going to swallow me up, and technology does that still, I think. Like, I think for a lot of people, the tech stuff is like one of the most difficult things when you are teaching online. Like a Zoom meeting, but everyone is waiting on me to teach them, which is scary. Okay, okay, I get that. And it changes all the time. It does. I thought it was mainly a class where you just interact with students and just teach, and that's a bit scary. I think it's a read that. Staying up all night to get students to teach. Okay, and you know you don't have to stay up all night. Like like if you're teaching European students, then obviously you're going to be teaching in the throughout the night. Or if you're teaching like South American students, like this, I'm talking about. I think most of you are from South Africa. That's on here. I'm not sure who's going to be on the replay, but like for me, I teach mostly in the day, the daytime. And on weekends, I do early morning shifts because I like to have some time off in on the weekends. Working every day of the year with minimal days off. Okay, in the beginning, it is like that. It looks like an easy thing, but I can see that it really needs confidence, knowledge, and skills. Okay, good. And I think it's important to know all of these things before you actually start, because otherwise, like you go in thinking, oh, this is going to be super easy. Like, how hard can it be just to go into a Zoom call and to teach someone English? Like, how hard can it be? But like I tell you, it takes time to build up the confidence, and it takes time to get used to seeing yourself on camera and to get used to all this tech stuff, because tech stuff is never perfect. Like your system can glitch, you can get chucked out of the classroom, like your internet is not perfect, like you're always worried you're going to get fined by a company. So there's all these things that always like go on when you first start teaching. Okay, I love in the comments. Good job, guys. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so who online teaching is for? Like online teaching suits people who like to help other people. Okay, I definitely think like you need to be a person who can help other people. You are willing to learn. You can't be like a know-it-all. Like I know everything already. Like this is how I don't need any help from anybody. I just know everything already. Okay, you're never going to learn anything by that, and you're never going to excel because you already think you know everything. So you need to always be willing to learn, even when you've been in the industry for a long time. Okay, you don't need perfection. Like, and I think for some people that's really hard to understand, that you don't need to be perfect with everything. Like sometimes perfection is just not the right thing for online teaching. And you need to be able to, and I think this is like really one of the most important things, and that is that you can show up consistently. Because if you can't show up consistently, you're never going to end up getting those students. So which one sounds most like you? Type the word in the comment box, okay? Which one is it you? Which one are you? Do you like helping other people? You're willing to learn? You feel you don't need perfection? Or you can show up consistently? Which one do you think? Where do you fall into with these ones? Like helping other people, willing to learn, like helping other people. Most of it, that's great, Carol. Okay. Willing to learn. Like helping others, willing to learn, all. Okay, great. Like helping others, willing to learn. And I think willing to learn is really important. Besides the consistency, like you're never going to get anywhere if you're not consistent. But helping people is like really important. Like having that willingness to help somebody is really, and being willing to learn. Like these are all like really good life skills, aren't they? Okay, let's go on. Okay, so who online teaching is not for, okay? Because it's important to understand that who it's actually not for. Like online teaching may not suit you if you expect instant confidence, okay? If you think, I'm just going to go show up on the first day and everything's going to go right and I've got it waxed, okay? That's maybe online teaching is not going to be for you because you're not going to get any students. You hate learning new things, it like completely throws you off, and you don't want any human interaction, okay? It's going to be difficult to do online teaching if you don't want any human interaction, okay? Because this is like literally communicating with people all day, every day, okay? According to how many hours that you work. And you expect to feel easy from day one. Like you think, okay, I'm a classroom teacher. This is just good. Like how hard and how difficult can it be? Like I've taught 30 or 40 kids in my classroom before. Like how difficult can it be to have one student to teach? Like this is going to be a piece of cake. Okay. But it's definitely, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So common fears. Let's look at some common fears, and maybe you want to say them out loud if you want to. Like most teachers worry about my accent. Okay, I hear this so often from everybody. Like my accent. What do I do about my accent? Not knowing enough. What if I mess up? Like I still think that sometimes. Like what if I mess up? I'm getting a new student. Like what if I mess up? What if the students don't like me? Okay, which fear feels more real for you? Like at this present time, where you are in your journey, which fear feels the most scary for you at this moment? Is it your accent? Is it not knowing enough? Is it being scared of messing up? Or you thinking, like, what happens if the students don't actually like me? Like, which one, do, where do you fit in? Accent, and messing up. All of the above, and technology. Yes, technology. My accent, and what if I mess up? What if I mess up and not knowing enough? All of the above, okay, not knowing enough, okay. And I think that holds us back sometimes, really, that fear of not knowing enough. It like can really, really stop us from progressing. Technology, okay. Technology is a big thing. But the thing with tech is the more you do something, the easier it becomes, okay? The more you do computer things, the easier it becomes. The more you do Zoom calls, the easier it is. The more you work on Classroom, the easier it becomes. The more you design something in Canva, the more you get to know it. Like the more you start sharing your screen, or you start working out like how all these little things do, or what happens if I get into a classroom and suddenly there's no sound and there's no video, what do I do? Like all that tech stuff comes with experience and comes with starting to learn the ropes. But these are all fears that a lot of us really do have. And it stops us sometimes from progressing and moving on. Okay, so a big confidence truth. Okay, confident teachers are not fearless teachers. Okay, if you're confident, it doesn't mean that you're fearless. Okay, but they are supported teachers. Like confidence comes from being patient, from doing things over and over again, from repetition, from support, from feedback that you get, okay, from your students. Okay, it doesn't come from waiting and not getting started. It doesn't come from overthinking this. It doesn't come from comparing yourself to someone that you've seen on TikTok or someone that you've seen on Instagram. Okay, it doesn't come from that. It definitely comes from practicing something over and over again, having support from somebody to help you along the way, getting feedback from students, getting feedback from a mentor, all these things. These are the things that build confidence, not the procrastinating. Okay, so type Support, if you feel like you need support, okay? Like who needs support? We all need support, I think. Like that's something that we all like really look, and that's why you're probably here today, is to like get a little bit of support and a little bit of motivation to move you in that direction that you're wanting to go in. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's look at introduction to teaching online, like just the basic things, okay? At its core, online teaching is really simple. Like these 5 things, like make up your online lesson, and that is greeting your students, okay? So your warm up that you do, and finding your teaching your one clear objective that you're going to have in that lesson that the company is going to give you, or you're going to create if you're working at a marketing platform, or if you have your own online students, your private students, practicing that objective. That's your third part, like encouraging your students. So encourage them to participate, encouraging them to learn what you've put out for them. And then your wrap up, you're closing your lesson. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be stressful. And I think we've been doing this last week, and the week before. We've been doing this in my monthly teaching membership. We have been looking at lesson planning and like how to make your lesson planning really simple, like how to take the complicated stuff out and leave yourself with the basics and then build from that, so that it's that you find your lesson flow is like a lot easier, and that you're not putting a lot of like activities and stuff in, that you're choosing a few good activities and you're learning the whole structure and flow better. Okay, that's what we've been looking at in our membership over the last 2 weeks. I put like a mini course in for everybody. Okay, but these 5 components are like really important. These are the things that like will make up your lesson. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like you just have to tone it down. Okay, what you don't need. Like you don't need perfect English. You don't need fancy slides. Like you really don't need fancy slides. Like obviously if you're working for an online teaching company or an ESL company, like same thing, like you're going to get all of this stuff. You don't have to do it. But if you're working for like Amazing Talker or iTalki or Preply, you can use some of their own lessons, but half the time is you want to use your own lessons. Like then you're going to be creating your own slides. And if you have private students, you're going to have to create your own slides. Like you don't want fancy slides. You're just going to make it simple, because otherwise you are going to wear yourself out. You don't need a teaching degree, and you don't need years and years and years of experience to make it in this teaching industry. You can look at what you've got already and put that into your experience. Think about if you were working in a bank and you were training staff members, okay? You've been teaching them, right? You've taught them how to do different things, like you've taught adults. So you can use what you've done before and put that in as your experience. Maybe you did some babysitting, maybe you did some tutoring on the side, in-person tutoring, maybe you ran a Sunday school class. Like there's all these kind of things that you could use as your experience. So you got to think, sometimes you have to think outside of the box and what you can actually use towards getting started. Okay, so let's think. You don't need perfect English, you don't need fancy slides, you don't need a teaching degrees, and you don't need years of experience. So which one of those did you think you really needed before tonight? Like, did you think you needed one of these things? Yeah. Let me know in the comments. These comments are coming really fast. So perfect English, a teaching degree with years of actual experience. Okay. Or teaching degree, fancy slides. You really don't need fancy slides. And the thing is, when you get a lot of students and like you say you're working on Amazing Talker or you're working on Preply, like there's no ways that you can design 10 different lessons a day. Like it just is never going to work out. Years of experience, fancy slides, perfect English, and a degree. Okay. Okay, a lot of you are thinking the same thing. Years of experience. And I think that stops people often, like you think, like, I don't have any experience teaching, like I don't have years experience of doing things. But you got to really, like I said, think outside of the box. Okay, what you do need. Okay, You need the willingness to learn. Okay, you need to be willing to learn. Like you think, okay, I want to do this thing. So like, what do I need to learn to be able to do this? You need a basic structure. You need to be patient with yourself, and you need support. Okay, support is really important. And like patience with yourself, like being patient, like it's okay to make mistakes in the beginning. Like it's okay to think like I don't have it all figured out. A diploma is fine, but like what you want to probably do is you need to, like most, if you're going to work for an ESL company, they're going to ask you for a TEFL certificate. Okay, so if you pop over to my YouTube channel, I think most of you do have that link, but I'll put it in, it will go out with tonight's replays, because I'm going to put the replay on there. But I have done, like in the last week or so, I've done 2 videos on a TEFL. Like if you're going to work at an online like a marketing platform like Amazing Talker and like Preply, there's like a lot of places you can work that maybe might not ask you for a TEFL certificate, and you don't need a degree. But like if you're looking for working at an ESL company, some of them might ask you for a degree, but then obviously you're not going to apply to those places. So you're going to look and see like which places can I apply to that doesn't require a degree, and I'm going to be willing to do a TEFL certificate and have a TEFL certificate. But once again, when you are doing a TEFL certificate, and people always ask about that, go watch my videos, but don't do that free one, okay, the teacher record one, because it will be red flagged and you're not going to get accepted by those ESL companies using that TEFL certificate. It is literally red flagged by everybody now. Okay. Let's look at why do most online teachers, why do they struggle? Like a lot of online teachers really do struggle in the beginning. Okay, I can see you asking me what is a basic structure, like thinking about like what we did talk about before, like having a warm up, like having a basic lesson structure, or having a basic structure about how you're going to plan your day and how you're going to go about your day. Like having all those things in place makes a lot of things like a lot easier. Most new teachers struggle because they expect confidence like straight away, like confidence immediately. Okay, so like they think like I don't have any confidence. No, the free one's not working. Okay, they're not going to accept you with that one. Okay, so you'll have to look at doing another TEFL certificate. Like obviously, I think because they think it's free, that it's not worth anything. Like you don't have to go and do a really expensive one, but go and do your research. Like go watch those videos that I put on YouTube. Like I go into quite a lot of detail about it, and I think towards the end of the week I'm going to put in the final one for that series as well. You'll get a lot of information from that. Okay, so like a lot of us struggle because we expect to be confident like immediately, or they do it alone without anyone helping them, and they don't know what's normal. Okay, they have all these high expectations, and you don't actually know what's normal in the teaching industry. Okay, so I can see lots of you are putting yes already. Like, does this sound familiar to you? Like, you expect to be confident, like when you first start out. Okay, you do it all by yourself, and you think, okay, I can do this thing. Okay, and you really don't know what normal is. Like you thinking, okay, this is what I'm expecting this thing to be, but it's not like that. That means like I'm a failure, or I'm no good at this. Okay, and in the meantime, it's perfectly normal to have like lessons like that. No, those are the companies that are probably more strict about it than anybody else. Okay, so teacher record is no good. Like look at another company for your TEFL certificate. Okay, your job at the beginning is not to be perfect. Okay, I'm telling you now, this really is not your job to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. But your job is to show up every single time you have a lesson. Show up. Don't forget about your lesson. Don't come late. Like though, that's what your job is. Your job is to show up on time. Parents are paying or students are paying per minute, okay, for your lesson. Okay, you can't cut them off. So make sure that you're showing up every single time. When you say you're going to be there, then you need to be there. Okay, so, and if you're working for an online ESL company, if you don't show up, you're going to get fined. Okay, that's the fact of the matter. Okay, learn all you can learn. And like you'll see a lot of, if you start with an online ESL company and if you've never taught before, it's probably a good way to start, even if you get paid a little bit less by starting with them than you would on a marketing platform. But you're going to gain a lot of experience working with them. It's going to teach you good skills because they're going to fine you if you do something wrong. But you've got to get a lot of teaching. Like they're going to teach you how to teach students. You're going to get a lot of training through them. Like, your job is to improve slowly and to keep going. Don't give up. Okay, don't think this is just too difficult. I can't do this. Okay, like I was like telling you about my first day when I was starting, and I could have easily given up, but I kept going. Okay, and there were lots of times in the beginning when I didn't feel like I could actually do this because it just felt so difficult and I didn't have the confidence to do it. But the more I did it and the more I showed up and the more I learned about it and started upping my skills and getting training and getting mentors and getting people to help me, like the better I became at it. And then like I started interviewing people for a company. I started doing demo lessons with people, and I started doing all of these different things that I've upskilled myself to be. I was a mentor on one of the teaching platforms as well. So I've done all of these things because I kept going. Okay, I could have easily given up in that first day and that first week, but I didn't. Okay, and that's what is so important to remember, that you're not going to be perfect in the beginning, and that's okay to not be perfect, but you're going to learn as you go along. TEFL Universal is accepted by most places. Okay, so what are we going to build on for the rest of this week? Okay, we've still got 2 more days. Today we're really looking at confidence and just how we can build our confidence up. Okay, by the end of this boot camp, you're going to really understand what online teaching is and understand it a lot clearer. Know what happens in a lesson, feel calmer and feel more capable. That's what I want you to walk away from with this. Like, know what your next step is. Like in your journey, know what this is what I'm going to do next to move myself forward. So have a look at this prompt, okay? Like, what do you most want to feel by Thursday night? Like, let me know in the comments. What do you want to know? Or what do you want to feel by Thursday night? Like, how do you want to feel about this online teaching thing? But mostly to feel calmer and more capable. And I think that's really important, is to feel calm. Like when you feel calm, then it feels like you can do more things, right? And when you're feeling calmer, then you feel more capable. But when you feel like everything's like upside down and chaotic, like you don't feel confident, you don't feel capable. Knowing about my next step and feeling confident, how to get started with companies and build confidence. Nice. I want to feel more confident about it, understand online teaching clearly, years of experience. Okay, great. I think I've read all of those. I want to feel more confident and know. It goes so fast. Okay, sorry, I just want to go back here. I want to feel confident and know how to do a proper introduction video and how to get started with companies. Yeah, some companies have got like a policy, and if you apply by them and you don't get accepted, like sometimes they make you wait. Like sometimes they say you can't apply for another 3 months or 6 months, but you got to just go into each individual company and have a look and see. Like what you could actually do is you could apply with a different maybe email address or something like that. Some of them that like that is a workaround. Be better prepared to engage students online, companies where we can apply. Okay. So let's have a look at quick check-in. Okay, take a breath. On a scale from 1 to 10, let me know how confident did you feel before today? Okay, like it's important, like take a note about how confident you feel. 0. Okay, that's not very good. Okay, that's like really low. Okay, but we want to see like on Thursday, like how confident you're feeling on Thursday. Okay, so I want to make sure that you go from that 0 and it goes up in these next few days, please. Okay, I see a 5 there. That's great. 6, good. 5, 6, most about 3 or 4. And that's okay. Even if you feel like 0 confident, I want you to be able to feel better by the end of this. 7. Okay, 4, 4, 1, 5. Okay, 5 is halfway. Okay, good. Naomi, 3. Okay. If you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments too, because we're going to come back and we're going to revisit this on day 3. Okay, so on Thursday. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to look at how confident online teachers teach, and we're going to look at a little bit of lesson structure, what to say when you're unsure of things, handling silence and nerves. Okay, that's going to be in with tomorrow, and I'm going to throw in a little bit maybe about introduction videos as well. I was going to just make this boot camp mostly about being confident and building up your confidence, but I will put in like some other basic info and stuff. But if you go back to some of the past boot camps that we did last month, we went into a lot of detail about introduction videos, demo lessons, writing your CV. Okay, all that info is on the YouTube channel. It's there for you to watch, but we will touch on it this time. But this series is specifically getting you guys feeling I'm confident to teach. Okay, I feel confident. I want to go from 0 to being able to see how you can get there. No, today, Bangita, today's day 1. Okay, there was no recording for yesterday. Okay, today's day 1. Okay, so we didn't have anything yesterday. You haven't missed anything. You're here for the first day. Okay, so I just wanted to remind you guys all that there is a bonus, a great bonus, really. I've been working on it for a while. Complete all 3 sessions. So I go into my Zoom thing and I can see who has attended all 3 sessions, live or on the replay. So if you are on the replay, if maybe you can't make day 2 and make day 3, but you go and watch the replay, then you can let me know on the replay and I will pick it up from your comments. But make sure you comment, because otherwise I won't know. You're going to get the online teacher confidence started pack. Okay, that is a whole PDF. The membership I am going to talk about tomorrow. I didn't want to bring it in today, but I am going to touch on the membership tomorrow, the teacher membership. It's a monthly membership, so you can stay for as long as you want to. It costs $25 a month, which is about, with the exchange rate so low at the moment, it's probably about 405 Rand or something a month. You can stay for as long as you want to, or as little time as you want to, and you really get to learn every single thing you need to know about online teaching. We go through exactly how to do an introduction video. I look at your scripts. I change your scripts for you. I look at your videos that you're doing, tell you what you can change. We look at your CV. We make your CV better. There's demo lesson practices. Like, there's literally everything. I've got my Let's Go Get Hired courses in there, the lesson planning course that we've just done as well. So you're getting a lot of information for the amount of money. But I'm going to tell you more about that tomorrow. If you want more information about that before tomorrow, then just message me. Okay, you can either email me or DM me and I will get you that information to you. Okay, and the replay, Tiffany, is going to go out after this session, I'm going to save everything, I'm going to upload it, and then I will send you the link for the replay. So you will definitely have the replay. Okay, so you've done the hard part. Okay, so showing up was the hardest step. Okay, but you did it. Okay, so put it in the chat. Okay, because I think it's really important. I showed up. Okay, this is like starting to get you everywhere. Okay, you guys will definitely get the bonus if you show up every single night of the 3 days. Okay, and I really have put a lot of work into it, so I'm excited for you guys to have it, but you have to also work for it. So that means you have to show up for 3 days. Okay, so I'm gonna go out of this. I'm going to go through this tomorrow because it's a little bit late now. And we'll go through some of the equipment and stuff that we need tomorrow. So we'll look at that as well because it's so important. Okay, let me go out of this quickly. Okay, so I'm going to open it up for Q&A. Woo, look at all of you guys. I couldn't see you before. And well done to you, those of you who actually have your cameras on. That's good practice. Okay, seeing yourself on camera is really good practice. Okay, because that's how you get used to teaching online, is to actually see yourself. And I think they say it takes like a few times of teaching online before you guys start getting used to seeing yourself on camera. So well done to you guys, for those of you that do have your camera open. If you have any more questions, pop it in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to just wait and see if anyone does have any comments. Wow, there's so many of you, so many faces. But hopefully you feel a little bit more confident. Wayne, you have a question. You can pop it in the comments. No, you don't have a question. Okay. I can see your face now. I was so distracted to you on email, but I know what you look like now. Okay. Okay, first time. Good. Okay, but if you think of any questions, like pop your questions down on like maybe a piece of paper or something so you don't forget them. And then when you come back tomorrow, you can ask your questions. What platform do we start on? Okay, well, there's lots of different ESL companies. There's so many actually. So what you've got to think about is like, what qualifications do you have? Like, where are you coming in from? What's your experience like? And like, then you look and see, okay, like what fits how I am? Like, do I want to teach adults? Do I want to teach kids? Like, where am I coming at this from? And then you're going to look at a company that suits you. Okay, so I wouldn't say just go and apply at any place. Like, go and see, like, this kind of place suits me, like how I am as a person, and I'm going to fit into that place. Again, on my YouTube channel, if you go into the YouTube channel, I think there's a video on there that's 24 places that you can apply to. So go through that video, have a look and listen. I put it like a write-up on each different platform, so that's there for you to go and watch, and it's free obviously because it's on YouTube, and you'll be able to have a look at some of those different ones. Okay, Native Camp, it's like sometimes it's easy to get into Native Camp, but just watch what they pay you. Maybe they're only going to pay you like $3 an hour or $2 an hour, and I think that's like a real ripoff. Okay, because like what can you buy for that? Yeah, okay, but I think maybe we don't know what will happen with the rand, but I doubt that it will stay where it is at the moment. It'll probably dip down again. Okay, and the dollar will get stronger again, probably against it, but I don't know how it will be. Okay, Hello Kids has got quite good reviews as well. So, what's my YouTube handle? Hold on 1 second. Let me just get it quickly. It's Teach English with Kathy B. I'm just trying to see if I can get my actual handle over here. I should have had it on here for you. But if I will put it in the emails that I'm going to send out. Like you can go, sorry, my YouTube doesn't want to load at the moment. Let me just see if I can get it here. Okay, Teach English with Kathy B. Like I think if you search that, you'll be able to find it. Okay, but you'll see there's a lot of videos on there that you can use for yourself. I'll put the latest TEFL video link on for you, so you can link onto that, and then you'll be able to get onto the channel. Let me just put it over here. This is the TEFL video, and then from there you'll be able to get onto the channel. And then you'll be able to get onto the YouTube channel. Okay, but it is Teach English with Kathy B. Someone came up with some random name the other day and said, is this your channel? And I said, no, that's definitely not my channel. Okay, but I can't find, I'm on my actual, it's easier to find my actual link when I'm on my other channel. Let me just see if I can get it here quickly, 1 minute. and then I'll get it for you. Hopefully it doesn't start playing. I was unprepared for that. And I will be loading some more like videos about TEFL like towards the end of this week. So that will help you guys as well a bit with that. Like I'm going to go into specific companies and stuff and like what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. But I've kind of like talked about all of those like the basics and like do you need a TEFL certificate and like what do you do if you don't have a TEFL certificate, like who accepts TEFL certificates, who doesn't accept TEFL certificates. So like you can see those videos, that video is it's quite a useful video to actually watch. And maybe you'll be able to gain like a bit of insight from that. Okay, here's my, sorry, it took me a while to get it open. Don't know why. Okay. Okay, so there's the YouTube handle. You'll find a lot of like interesting videos and stuff on there. I think Wayne, you've been on my YouTube channel, you said. Okay. Okay, guys. So I will see you back tomorrow for day 2. Remember, if you think of anything else you want to ask, either email me or bring your questions tomorrow so that everybody like can also like learn from you as well, which would be great. Okay, so have a good night, everybody, and I will see you back tomorrow. Bye bye.